What's up, everyone? So, I'm just gonna say the first morning portion, which is somewhat hard to decipher because I was kind of mumbling and it wasn't very loud. Anyway, so no one. Oh, this is what what I was saying out loud. No one wants to see the guy that was resilient with every step. I find that kind of funny now. Ocean. I was going to the ocean. Oh, and said like the attraction, the ocean attraction. The fact that I started thinking about the ocean already was like, oh, there's already going to be attraction because there's going to be shark attraction. That's something that is going through my mind like thought wise because I I stubbed my toe and it was bleeding a little bit and I was like, oh, the blood's going to get in the water, something like that. Attraction, spacification, and I was saying I have to anticipate spacification, which is wow. I said I have to agree no matter what, even if I didn't agree to the emergency that 99% of the planet agreed to. Um, I said, did you know? I said, did you know consciousness is based on perspective? And do you think that everything else would be attracted to that attraction? Consciousness exists within every human being, and that's all I wrote. So that's the first morning portion of Thursday, which I thought was pretty cool. I honestly don't feel like writing the rest. And then re-relaying it. Ooh, excuse me, re-relaying it on my broadcast, which would be ridiculous, But I'm gonna try and be resilient and committed, and then work on that. So, another really cool thing is, I was listening to the Aetherius Society podcast this morning, and it was really, really cool. And I got to hear, I listened to not all the videos, but I listened to almost every single video of Dr. George King yesterday. And I watched another video that had nothing to do with Dr. George King, but it literally said Dr. George King. And I thought like he was going to get like some introduction or something, like for what was said. It said like Dr. George King, and I thought it would be like, well, here's his introduction, and then here's Dr. George King, and then he was going to like talk and speak or something like that. But no, that wasn't the case. Anyway, so he had like three. He said like three. There were three videos that were replayed on the broadcast, and there's like the main. I don't know who, but like the main something executive of the Aetherius Society, and then one other guy, and then there's some questions that were asked. Pretty interesting questions. Like one person asked, why Dr. George King? And I thought that was a pretty interesting question, just as I was listening. So I thought it was kind of cool. But more specifically, so like all day yesterday, like not all day yesterday, but most of the day yesterday, and like in the morning. Actually, no, it was today. So all morning, I was just listening to all of not all of his videos, but like all of Dr. George King's videos. And it was interesting. Like I didn't know that like he wasn't alive until like this morning. Like I thought he was still alive. And I honestly like wanted to have like a meeting and stuff. And I was like super excited, but that's not the case, unfortunately. But anyway, I'd learned a lot of things, and I kind of integrated whatever excellence is already available in the Devic Kingdom with whatever understanding already exists in terms of the universal laws, which obviously need to be followed and obviously are followed. But I'm digressing. It was dozens of videos about spirituality, just videos, and it was really weird because like I was trying to listen for him in the consciousness, because that's one of my abilities that I can do. I'm not sure if it's white magic or not. I'm not sure if it's just something I developed while playing music in high school, or playing trumpet in high school, and being a musician, the flugelhorn and all that jazz. But I think I, just got really good at listening, and I was trying to listen to him. Like, I was trying to listen for him, like, all morning. Like, all morning. And it was very weird, because, like, I would try and, like, I think it was, like, some sort of process of searching that I was trying to discover or something like that. Who knows? Maybe it wasn't, like, some process of searching. But anyway, what was I going to say? I mean, I found out, I was only 3 years old. So, not saying that was an excuse. If anything, that it's the excellence of my discovery that I'm excellent. But, gosh, ants all over me. Or at least we call them ants. That's the name we gave them. Or that's the name that I heard that they're called when I read about ants in books, or the 4 letters that put together the word that is called that insect thing. Anyway, what was I talking about? So yeah, I watched a bunch of videos. I learned about spirituality. I learned about consciousness. He described a lot about, the 9 freedoms. And there's I don't think he really mentioned Mars Sector 6 in the videos I watched. But I read the 9 freedoms. I didn't read the book, but I read like a little. I read the little excerpts and some quotes that were online. Some quotes that Mars Sector 6 said, and then some quotes that what's it called? That Dr. George King said. Dr. George King. Did I say Dr. George King? Dr. George King. And he seems like, obviously. Yes, that's the other thing. I read the 12 Blessings, and I now have that, so I'm super excited about that. For some reason, I thought that would be like a really long book or something like that, but I think, actually, it probably is a book that I still have to read, so I'll check that out. Read that or something. What else? I think that's pretty much it. I mean, that's all I did this morning, and of course that's a little summary of yesterday. So, whatever love happens, happens. Whatever greatness happens, happens. Whatever perception of cosmic consciousness and interplanetary existence and Saturnian existence, and what's the other ones? Ascension, enlightenment, the long journey of enlightenment. It's a long journey. Oh my gosh. But it's exciting. I get to enjoy this very long journey of enlightenment. What else? There's bravery, love, enlightenment, ascension, and cosmic consciousness. So that's the other thing. Like, I was trying to like telepathically communicate with him, and like I would try and telepathically communicate cosmic consciousness, and it was weird. Like, instead, I ended up getting responses from the Devas and the Deva Kingdom. So whatever. I reached out to the Deva Kingdom. Last week? I think it was last Friday or something. Yeah, it was last Friday. It was last Thursday. Exactly a week ago, I reached out to the Deva Kingdom. That's really cool, now that I think about that. It's really, really awesome. Anyway, this is your host, Christopher Bowen, on this afternoon edition of the Christopher Bowen Show. Till next time. I'll probably have a broadcast before 8. If not, then I'll definitely have a broadcast like 10 or 11. And then I might have the after midnight broadcast. We'll see. Till next time.